absolutely lethal. Right, we need to all just filter on through here. Single file.
I'm here.
Because that trap is beyond our ability.
Yeah?
Fedoran, just watch your step. Alright? Don't let the brim of your hat get in your eyes.
Yeah?
Ready, Watcher.
Well? There's something
trap.
ahead.
What kind of weird traps? Just like random shapes in the middle of the floor. That one's disarmed though, thankfully.
Ready, Watcher.
Where does this go? Black ooze. And traps.
There's something ahead.
Oof. There we go again. What the happened there?
Hey.
Well? As you
Oh shoot, wrong button.
wish.
Boiling spray. So there must have been a trap up here that Fedoran stepped on, but luckily the spray didn't get us. What is this? It's just a dead end. No, there's a room. There is a room here.
Yes.
Ready, Watcher.
Another ooze. Enough with the oozes, man!
Dead on!
Oh, there's 3 oozes. Oh, oh, oh! Holy moly!
You're not getting through me.
Dead on!
You're not. Durance!
Uh-oh. There's quite a few oozes here, guys. You might want to do something with your spells, yes? Thank you.
Say, we're losing, folks.
Oh, he's down. They're immune to daze.
Leave it to me.
Jesus. I mean, we've taken this very easy. Maybe too easy.
Dead on!
Ready when you are. Just give it. I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
I don't suppose. No, you suppose right.
Hey.
Well?
Severe burn. Yeah, we're getting a bit mangled, aren't we, really? We could do with resting at some point. But we'd prefer to rest before we confront Raderick rather than before we confront Osira. Now, what's down here? I think, yeah, that's the way out. For the sake of ease, we shall avoid that trap and come up this way. So we've got 2 ways left. We've got up here, or we've got up here.
What is it?
Quick save this because we've
Keeping an eye out.
done a fair bit.
I see something.
Just traps all over the damn place. Thankfully we are disarming them. Lovely. They're getting added to our inventory, then we're getting a fair few of the bad boys, aren't we? Look at that. Traps, traps, and more traps. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Ah. Come forth, my friends, it is safe.
What is it?
Ah, camping supplies. Oh, so we can actually camp now as well as camping later, should we wish to do so.
I'll see it done. It's finished.
Hide armor. Coin.
Hey,
Ready, Watcher.
Is this?
Got it.
Ooh. This is some kind of experiment chamber. We don't see a Syra here. Just see skeleton. And a Maua skeleton, is that right? Yeah. It's kind of cool. Skeletons of different races.
After him, Itamok.
It's probably a mistake.
I'm here.
Well,
Yeah, it's a mistake. She's not getting out quick enough, is she?
Ready, Watcher.
Oof. Oof, 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 oof. That was foolish. Right, pull, 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 pull. There we go, nice. I knew that would be a handy skill to have. Here, we've got this.
You know, I fight better after a nap.
what is it?
Don't worry, we shall be napping
Hey.
soon enough. Let us just continue our exploration for now. Oh, actually, there's another door here. Whatever do we want to do?
What is it? Of course.
The tank is warm to the touch. The glass vibrates with the bubbling fluid inside. Blood. Flecks of dried flesh encrust. Saints War Part 1. Silver loose. Picking up quite the coin here. 1400 already. Right, we got up there. Which probably leads to the... considering what's in this room, this probably leads to the main chambers of that
Hey.
Syra woman. So I think we'll go through this other door first.
Ready, Watcher.
Open sesame.
Well,
And steps. Lovely. And food stuff.
yes.
hey,
This is probably where she is. So what do we want to do here? Should we rest before fighting her? You know, we're all mangled with burn, energies sapped, fatigued. I think we should probably rest. Yeah, I think so.
hey.
So we'll find somewhere to rest. We're not going to rest in here. We'll rest in a cell. with people keeping watch, taking it in turns and all that kind of jazz. Right. Not a nice restful sleep for Durance tonight. More of his Adra dreams. Righty-ho, come on. Let's do this. She's going to have undead at her command, isn't she, and everything. Gull. Revenant. Can we pull them now and kill them before the fight? We're assuming she's here. She might not be, but
Hey.
let's just see if we can
All
be a little
right,
bit
then.
cheeky here. Ooh. Flesh construct, gulls, revenant. If we pull this, can we? We can't. I think the thing to do is go in just with Adair. They're all going to obviously attack, and then when they do, try and bring him to the doorway, round about here. I think we'll try that first. It might fail miserably, but we'll try that first. Look at the state of this. Skeletal wizard, flesh construct, Syra herself. I mean, is there any reason for us to do this? Probably not. But in terms of completion and ridding this place of all of this foulness, she could even be the cause of Radric's madness. Oh, we didn't have to go that far forward. A woman caught mid-step across the room, turns her head to face you. Long curls of black hair frame her face, one side of which is flecked with some green liquid. The gaze she sets upon you holds an eerie intensity. More interruptions? The woman sets down the book she holds, smiling faintly. What an interesting time we've been having of late. So many uninvited guests. I suppose I have to thank you for all the damage to my work. It took time to get those people back on their feet, you know. She frowns. What is it you're doing here? I've come to see Lord Radric, announcing complete and utter truth. She narrows her eyes, smile widening. Aren't we the bold one? You must be another of Kolsk's little rebels. She chuckles. Does he recruit you all out of the Black Hound? Ply you with drink? Ask you to ignore the consequences of your actions? No matter. What concerns me is the curse upon Gilded Vale's people. I am on the cusp of a great discovery, and it is not Kolsk who undermines me. She eyes you. You might have chosen more powerful allies. Is that so? What caused Widerun's legacy? It isn't the superstitions of senile old men, I can tell you that. She snorts. The legacy is an affliction of the soul, and I have dedicated my life alongside my peers to understanding the fabric of souls, the essence of life. With any luck, she'll hang on that tree alongside her peers too. Alice's voice is cold. I consider myself the foremost student of Pangram's famed theorems. It wasn't by chance that I was called here to assist in determining the true cause of this blight. This curse is not a parting gift from the scattered god, nor a punishment for petty sins. It must be a localized effect, something which strips the soul from a body, as the Beowicks are known to do. Don't tell my town that. They might get real embarrassed about trying to have me hanged. I have detected, even so, lingering traces of essence upon the bodies of so-called Hollowborn. This suggests that the soul itself has not been wholly destroyed. It remains, I think, intact somewhere, and so it can be retrieved, sutured, if you will, back into its mortal flesh. And why haven't you been able to find a cure yet? Her expression goes cold. It's that fool priest Nedmar, the Baratheon, she sneers. That old man has woven a tidy little tapestry of lies and fables. Lord Radric is a pious man, and Nedmar holds power over him, especially now after this business with Ygritte. As if that hollow-born child was my doing. In any case, my efforts are increasingly hobbled by ignorance. The priest has focused Lord Radric's attentions upon the ruins of the scattered gods' temple. If it is consecrated anew, rededicated to Berath, then the curse will be lifted. She rolls her eyes. Radric believes him, of course. In any case, he has supplied a vast amount of gold towards the effort. You will note that I am bereft of such generous support. She gestures to her lab with a sweep of her arm. I am left to scrounge for answers in these dismal conditions. Oh my God. We can offer to help her? We're getting two sides of the coin here, aren't we? We're getting two sides of the coin, but I mean, look at these monstrosities that she's creating. I don't... Do you think if we announce that we're just going to leave her be, she'd actually just let us go unharmed? I don't think so. Okay. I'm not proposed to help her, but we are just going to ask if, hypothetically, if we were to offer a hand, just exactly what would you need us to do? She angles a curious look your way. An interesting proposal. I certainly can't leave you threatening Lord Radric's life. How would I continue my research if he were gone? She frowns. Still, perhaps we need not be enemies. If your true purpose is indeed, as Kolsk claims, to help Gilded Vale, which it is, then we are of one mind, and you may well be of use to me. I stand at the very brink of revelation, but Nedmar's interference has gone too far. Okay, speak. I want you to deal with the High Priest, of course. With him gone, Radric will have nobody to distract him. We can focus our efforts upon resolving that crisis, and we will have the resources to do so. Kill him, and in return I will give you the means to speak with Radric, a secret way by which you can avoid the guards. She smiles crookedly. They are not as patient as I, you see, nor do they ask many questions before attacking. She raises a finger. All this with the condition that you do not harm Lord Radric. Alof speaks between his teeth. I do hope you're not considering a deal with her. We were just hearing her out, giving her the benefit of speaking what she needs to speak. No. Nedmar, the old man, all doddery and asking us to help his poor acolyte, even though the poor acolyte did actually attack as part of Kolsk's rebellion. That shows to us that he has good intentions. This woman has created nothing but monsters that have attacked us whilst we've been down here. On the balance of probabilities, we really don't see how we can take her up on our offer. Now, she's not going to let us leave willy-nilly, because she's already said she can't see Lord Radric harmed. So we can either attack first, or we're just going to say we're leaving and see what happens. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be a possibility, though. Her smile fades swiftly. Very well. If it's a battle you long for, I am happy to indulge you. Perhaps Lord Radric will show me greater favour if I bring him your corpse as well. Right, here we go. There's two magicians in here. I imagine she's a mage. She's casting missiles. Right, we need to cram this door space. Right, he's taking a bit of a blow due to the disengagement, but now we have a bit of opportunity not to get flanked. Although she's going to be casting spells from a distance and is quite dangerous. Okay, we'll try it. We'll try it. We'll try it. This is probably not the best thing to do, but we'll try it. Oh! Where's the priest? Where are you going? Durance! You fool! Whoa, 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 whoa! What is happening here? Stuck! Oh, this is not good. We should have probably dealt with her first, I would have thought. Trying with Alof to get some flame going. I think we're too close.
Hey.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Right, we're going to just continue to throw heals out, I think, to start with. We'll start with the low-level heals for now. Just a little bit of a tickle. Just keep yourself going, son. Just keep yourself going. Barbaric blow. Don't think he can get round. He's stuck. Right, the gull's down. Flesh constructs. Right, let's see how this goes. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to mark the target.
Ready, Watcher.
It doesn't seem to be going too badly. Skeletal wizard. Can we hit him from here? Couple of missiles might put him down. Yeah, nice. Right, I think we'll do the same to that Asira woman. That works. Keep doing that. Keep doing that, mages. Keep doing that. Ooh, look at that. Minoletter's bounding missiles, level 3. Bring it on. Buff. Good night, Vienna. Nice. Yes.
Hey.
That worked out pretty well, must be said. That worked out very well, in fact. And a black cat. Right, it's looting time.
As you wish.
Another grimoire. Oh, 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 lovely. 2 rods, because 1 is never enough. A rusted iron cell key and some copper pans. That's the key that we would have needed to unlock the cell for Giaco, but it was fine. We got there via our own means. Can we recruit this black cat? Oh, we've got fine stiletto, some 40 golden something or others. A book on the deer wood. Scroll. Golden skellings. Very nice. Got to sort through all this loot.
Yeah?
For Durance. At one with the animals. At first you think this poor creature is diseased, for its black fur seems to have fallen off its hide in patches. But when the cat turns to investigate a fly on the wall, you note that an entire section of its ribcage is open to the air. Holy cow. Some of its tail has rotted away altogether, to reveal a few jagged vertebrae. This doesn't seem to bother the cat much. It lets out a trilling purr and rubs against your shin. We'll just leave the cat alone. I mean, having old Tess here, a nice little dog, one thing. Having a cat that seems to have its guts hanging, well, not to say guts hanging out, but its ribcage open to the elements. Obviously, there's something quite amiss with that situation, isn't there? Right, to finish the session off then, as we leave Osira lying there, feeling very satisfied with our work, we are going to head back to Nedmar to inform him that we have rescued Giaco. Maybe we can even tell him that we have killed Osira, and then he will allow us access to Radric, fingers crossed. And at that point, we shall call a close to affairs, right before the big showdown. Or should we just press on anyway? Interesting proposition. Kind of wanting to take him down now while we're here. Now, before we go rushing upstairs, I think we need to put our robes back on, else the whole of the upper levels go insanely mad and start attacking us on sight. And the hat as well. I wonder if the small hat goes. No.
Hey. Hey.
All right. Perhaps looking quite proud of ourselves, but of course nobody knows what we've done. Nobody will probably care. Maybe even Lord Radric wouldn't care by the sounds of it.
Ready when you are.
Okay, coming through. Nedmar, you've returned. Have you found him? Are there any survivors? Yes. Giaco is safe. He asked me to tell you that he's kept the carving you gave him as a boy. Nedmar's eyes widen. With sudden vigour, he rushes forward to grasp your arm. Oh, thank the gods! Thank you! I did not think you could. That is, I feared... He shakes his head. I did not want him to meet the Pale Knight so soon. Nedmar pulls away, collecting himself. Here, what I promised you in return. He pulls a large iron key from the pocket of his robe and hands it to you. This will open a door in the scriptorium. He points west. And from there you can reach the chapel and Lord Radric without encountering quite so many guards. Oh, so there will be some guards, but not so many. Take this too. I have little wealth to offer. Better to give something of use. A couple of scrolls of protection. I would entreat you, before you go. Despite his shortcomings, Lord Radric follows the gods with obedience, and he has Gilded Vale's best interests in mind. It may be that, with time, he can achieve what he desires. Please consider this before you turn to violence. Interesting. Interesting indeed. We have a decision to make here, don't we? Because, I mean, Lord Radric, we don't know his side of things, do we? I mean, we see what Gilded Vale is. It's an absolute bloody ruin, but we don't know Kolsk either. Just remind me again, what exactly does this key open? It is a master key. Edmar wrings his hands as he speaks. It will not open every door, but it will permit you access to the stairs leading down to the Lord's Chapel. It will also open the doors along the keep's main hall, but you will face heavy fighting if you go that way. You do not have much time. Whatever your intent, Lord Roderick will soon discover that one of his prisoners has escaped. And then you will lose the element of surprise. I need to rest first. We are a bit battered. Of course. I'll bar the door. Yes, we would like to rest. Thank you very much. And then we need to go. We need to go ASAP. You awake to see Durance, his staff held in both of his hands before him. A flame flickers at its top end, casting long shadows across his face as he stares in contemplation. Still, for all the light of the fire, your eyes can't focus on him. Perhaps it is awakening from sleep or a trick of the light, but he seems indistinct, blurred around the edges, everything except for the staff. The staff, he seems to be studying its engravings. As you watch, the engravings glow thinly red, like through the cracks of heat-suffused wood. The lines stream like molten metal, burning along the edges of his staff, then branch out in an intricate series of fiery veins, bunching thickly where his hands clutch the wood, pulsing as if a heartbeat. As you watch, the veins spiral into a dozen separate circles that spiral again until they are arranged in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, and all is strangely silent. And then suddenly there is a great light from the fire, a rushing of air, a great flash, and you awaken again to see Durance in the same place, still holding his staff, but he is solid, real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you or reacted to what occurred. Durance? This is really not the time to discuss matters, but thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. Yes, we have maybe a question or two.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Yes, explaining what we saw, the vision.
Tell me what you saw.
A flash, like an explosion, a rushing of air, incredibly bright. Ring a bell?
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer? The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
Yes, I get that, I know that, but what do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' War to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Aothis overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Aothis of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer?
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Margaren's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who would come to stand on the bridge to stop Aothis.
Yes, I saw a dozen bright circles emerging from your staff as well.
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Margaren, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests the staff in front of him, and the flame atop it curls for a moment, the light flaring slightly. It splits into a ring of flames, one after the other, until a dozen is met.
As 12 held Aothis fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Wow. Then it blossoms brightly, once, and resumes its candle intensity. In the aftermath, the shadows seem sharper in the vicinity, as if they have edges, and you blink to clear your vision. Durance is still staring at the tiny candle-like flame intently.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. And we shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer. Marked by Magrin.
He frowns and moves his gaze from the staff. Share their fates?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Magrin. After the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Magrin was pleased by what we had done.
Why not?
The world is broken, the wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart. Perhaps the price of crossing a god. Crossing two gods. Even as Magrin shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance. Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Magrin's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
So what exactly did you do?
I remembered Magrin's teachings. How reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Magrin at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
What happened when you returned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. If you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried. Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that, or had asked. Grabbed victory from defeat and
You feel as if your god has betrayed you?
there is something about being used and cast aside. Perhaps Widewen himself felt it. There at the end, when the hammer struck. To be the proof that your god is hollow as the vessel it inhabits. I tried to find purpose, and avoided all contact with other Magranic priests. Did not seek the walls of Ashfall, and sought to make amends to my god through actions. I joined with the Purges for a time, and not long after came the first signs of the Hollowborn. So many crimes, trespasses, violations. The Salvation. Animancers were another sickness born of the Saints' War. A relapse of innovation, of desperation to heal what we had caused. All seemed worse than before the bridge, not better. And as years passed, the world became even worse still for the victory.
A very interesting situation, isn't it? We didn't expect this from Durance. Certainly not. One of the 12. We're not going to, as much as we may think along these lines. Yeah, I think simply seeing that the purges, perhaps they weren't what Magron wanted either. Sweat collects in the sooty creases of his forehead and runs down his ruddy cheeks. It drips from the tip of his nose. His mouth moves, but his utterances make no sound. He is, for once, at a loss. Feeling your gaze, he quickly composing himself, wiping his forehead with the back of a dirty hand.
Worship the whims of some fickle bitch, and you'll never be more than dirt beneath her feet. Worship what she worships, on the other hand. Take her fire for your own, and her esteem comes on its own. Of course, by that time you no longer need it. Trial and transformation, sure as Durance taught.
He glares at us and staring into his eyes gives you the feeling of peering over the edge of a great cliff.
You think to put the coals to my feet, but what's burned once will never burn again. These talks are your trial, Watcher. You cannot deflect the truth to one who has already been purified by it.
Okay, I think we've angered him here. I suppose we better change the subject. Well, right now we have bigger things to worry about, like Gilded Veil and his people, okay? So stop shouting at me. We shall get on with the task. I shall speak to you later. Grief. Nerve of the man.
Hey.
Right then. On that bombshell. Think and reflect upon what he said. And in the meantime, we've got to go and speak with Radric, because we're going to have a decision to make, no doubt. So join me next time for that. See you soon.